But people go, man, you have such a strong will. It's something that you build. Like, I never forget, I was on a podcast one time, and this dude goes, you were blessed with a strong mind. Like, the hell are you talking about? I was blessed with a strong mind. That's something that you have to develop. You develop that over years, decades of suffering and going back into the suffer. That's why a lot of people who graduate Navy SEAL training, they want to know, like, I talk about it very openly all the time. A lot of guys don't want to go back into that water. Don't want to go back into the hard stuff. Maybe not anything hard. Anything hard in life. Once you get through it, it's like you become a POW. Like, how many POWs you know want to go back to POW camp? None. When something sucks so bad in life, this is on this that we're talking about now, very few people want to go back. They're happy they graduated. I realized I'm the same way. I don't want to go back. I have to go back. I must go back. Because that is exactly where all the knowledge of my life exists, was back there, and what you're talking about. Well, I didn't know anything about this, but how I grew a will was constantly doing these things. To now, it's just life. I wake up, while it still sucks, it's just life. You don't sit back and like, oh my God, like, I have days I don't want to do it, but I know I'm going to do it. I know from years of just doing it. So that's beautiful, and this is why I came on here with you today. And I'm glad that you're talking about this, because human beings need to hear this. They need to stop hearing these hacks on this and that. There's no fucking hack, bro. There's no fucking hack. Yeah, you may this and that and saunas and all this shit yeah, it's great. There is no fucking life hack. To grow that thing, how do you grow it? Do it, and do it, and do it, and do it. That's the hack. The hack is gonna fucking suck. And that's what I realized. Life, that's why I wanted to come on here today. I didn't want to come on here and talk about no fucking passion and purpose and how to get the fuck out of bed and how to hit a fucking alarm clock and all this catchphrase bullshit. Because that wasn't how I lived. That wasn't how I lived. I woke up like every human being does and goes, fuck, man, I'm a fucking piece of shit today. How the hell is this gonna work out for me? And you fight that. You don't override it. There's no override button. It's the conversation in your fucking, like, in your head. So how do you do that? We don't have enough of these conversations about the real conversation that every human being is having. And they have no idea how to get out of it, but they do. It's that shit right there, man. You gotta build your will. How do you build your will? Exactly what you said, man. Exactly what you said.
I think people go, oh, I do hard things. I do sets to failure, and then I do forced reps. I love training with weights. I love doing sets to failure. I even like forced reps, but guess what? I like forced reps. So I'll tell you, they don't build my anterior mid-cingulate cortex.
Right.
Because I like to do it.
That's right.
Anything you like to do is not going to enhance this aspect of willpower. Mm-hmm. And it seems so obvious once you hear it, you kind of go, oh yeah, of course. But I think these are probably the most unpleasant terms we've ever used on this podcast.
Yeah.
Those are the levers. Those are the gears. And without those, this thing that you're talking about, David Goggins, mm-hmm. as a verb.
Right.
You know, I sometimes make the joke, but it's not a joke.
Right.
Goggins is a name, mm-hmm. and it's a verb. People go, I'm going to Goggins that.
Right.
Right? But that's, I think, again, I'm not a psychologist, but I think that's what you're talking about. The stick, the friction, being haunted. It's the suck part that grows this anterior mid-cingulate cortex.
So now you know why there's so many people that fail in this world to figure out their purpose in life. Where do I go? Because to grow that, while you may not look like me, how my daily life looks, it don't look fun. It don't look fun. So it's a choice that people have to make in life. But what's so funny about it is even the richest of rich, who have everything, they always ask me this question. I feel like I'm missing something. I don't feel like I'm missing shit. I don't have what you all have, but you'll never in my life hear me tell you I'm missing something. Everybody is. They're missing this feeling. I found it a long time ago. And I found it right there in that willpower thing. When you're nothing, and change yourself into something like me, you call it happiness, peace, whatever the fuck you want to call it. People are missing exactly what went on with David Goggins. Why don't you smile? I do. But I figured something out. That's why you'll never hear me say I'm missing something. I found it years ago. You find it in the suck. You find it in the suck, and you find it repeatedly in the suck, to the point where you know exactly who you are. Most people are missing something because they don't know who they are. They never examine themselves. They've never done this experiment on themselves. The lab rat, we're all lab rats, but you're also the scientist. You create your own self. Most people are missing something because there's so much trapped in there. I don't even want to say potential. I think that's word used out too much too. There's so much in you that God or wherever the hell you believe in, or if you're an atheist, in you, that you have not unlocked. That you walk around with this gorgeous wife or great husband and all this money, you're like, God, I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, because it's about 75% of you is still fucking in there. Still chained up because you just didn't want to find your willpower. Didn't want to find your soul, your will, your heart, your determination, your guts, your courage. And what that looks like, it looks scary. Like your little scary lab I went in. Scary. To wake up every day and say, I'm stupid, but I want to figure out a way to be smarter. Versus saying, man, I just can't do that. So you limit this box. So your box becomes so small of things you can do. My box wasn't even a box. It was a fucking little pinhole. And then, through examining myself, getting some willpower, some courage, it became bigger than this table. But that's what we all do. That's why I wanted to come here today and talk to you about real shit. Not no fucking like hacks. There's no hacks, bro. It's you against you. You against you. And if you misunderstand that, you have a real problem. A real problem. I can understand you misunderstand me running down the street, shirt off, fuck this, no, yeah. I can get it. I get it. If you misunderstand what I'm saying right now today, the problem is you. And you don't want to fix it.
Overcoming procrastination, when and where to start. And this is what I wrote in this book. People want to know how to stop laziness. They want to know how to stop procrastination. They have an idea in their head, maybe even a vision. And by the way, I have that in italics.
Sure.
You know, a vision. Because people have those.
Yeah.
A vision.
Hell yeah.
But they don't know where to go. They don't know where to start. So they ask, where do I start? When is the best time to start? And I have a simple answer. Here and now. That's it. Here and now. Want to improve? Want to get better? You want to get on a workout program or a clean diet or start a new business? You want to write a book or make a movie or build a house or a computer or an app? Where do you start? You start right here. When do you start? You start right now. You initiate action. You go. Straightforward. Look, could this be a 13-page chapter in a book, what I just said? It could be. Does it need to be? No, it doesn't need to be. Because I'm telling you what the answer is right now. I'm not shrouding it in mystery. I'm not trying to convince you that there's some way of making this happen, which isn't true, by the way. Meditating on it isn't going to help you. Continuing to plan and doing branch plans and contingency plans, that's not actually going to help you at all to get started. Back to the book. Here's the reality. That idea isn't going to execute itself. That book isn't going to write itself. Those weights out in the gym, they aren't going to lift themselves. You have to do it. And you have to do it now. So stop thinking about it, stop dreaming about it, stop researching every aspect of it and reading all about it and debating the pros and cons of it. Start doing it. That is the first step to make it happen. Get after it, and get after it here and now. So that's what I wrote in the book, and that's what execute means. Execute means do it now, do it now, do it now. That's what it means. And this is what you have to do. Do it now. You and I were talking before we hit record. Do it now. That's what you have to do. Do it now. When? Now. Where? Now. Here. Now. That's how you have to transform your brain. Never mind the thoughts, never mind the plans, never mind the negotiations, never mind the little words, never mind the self-talk and hyping yourself up, never mind the rationalizations. No, do it now, do it now, do it now. Execute. That's what you need to do. That's what we're doing. That's the discipline.